18 WJTS Sports presents Jasper Wildcat Football. This game is brought to you by Carpet Warehouse, Maringer Plumbing and Heating, DuBois County Tire and Supply, Ubelor and Sons, McDonald's, Oakland City University, Westside Dairy Queen. Now let's head down to the field.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Alongside the man himself, Jeremy Marcos on video, my name is Bob Welp. Tonight on Joe Rolleder Field, head coach Tony Lewis will be taking his Jasper Wildcats into a gridiron clash against the other Wildcats of the conference, the Mater Dei Wildcats. Strolling the sideline for the Wildcats will be longtime coach Mike Gable. Both teams come into tonight's contest with an identical 2-2 record. Evansville Mater Dei dropping a couple of weeks ago up in Edmond Field to Vincennes, and coming up short last week on Friday night down in Evansville against Evansville Memorial. The Jasper Wildcats got a much-needed win last week in Enloe Field in Evansville when they defeated the Boise Bulldogs. That win right there stopped a two-game losing streak for Jasper. So both these teams very familiar with the two-game winning streak, or two-game losing streak. We have both teams trying to get above 500. And we will be back with the kickoff on WJTS. Welcome everybody to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Along the man himself, Jeremy Marcos on video, my name is Bob Welp. Tonight, head coach Tony Lewis will be taking his Jasper Wildcats into a gridiron clash with the Evansville Mater Dei Wildcats. The Wildcats have been coached for a long, long time by the legendary Mike Gable. Both teams come into tonight's contest with a 2-2 record. Unfortunately for the Wildcats from Evansville, they are presently on their two-game losing skid, losing 2 weeks ago up in Vincennes to the Alices and coming up short last week against Evansville Memorial. The Jasper Wildcats have come out and got a much-needed win against the Evansville Boise Bulldogs down at Enloe Field in Evansville to end their two-game losing streak. It appears to me that both coaches are going to have their same game plan out there, control the ball. They're going to do it in different ways, though. Evansville Mater Dei will bring out senior quarterback Mason Wunderlich. He's 6'5", number 17, and he is a senior. His three receivers are going to be Hurties, McDermott, and Stoltz, all seniors. The running back, Joey Pierre. He has given Jasper fits in the past, and this is his last go around, but once again, he's going to be out on the field. He is 5'8", 175, and he also is a senior. So we're going to get the answers to this question at kickoff. And when we return, you're listening to Wildcat Football on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Wildcats playing against the Evansville Mater Dei tonight on Joe Rolleder Field. Very good sign for the Jasper Wildcats. Number 20, Braylon Bear, is in the deep backfield along with freshman Ross Dawkins. Mater Dei will be teeing the ball up. Cameron Marks, a sophomore, 5'10", 155, will be trying to send it deep, have Mater Dei cover the ball, pin Jasper deep in their territory. Nice kickoff. Bear floats back. He's got it at the 2. He's up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Nice cut, and brought down about the 23-yard line. So that's where Coach Tony Lewis will send his offensive unit, led by number 22, Max Brutel. He is a freshman quarterback. Last week, what impressed me so much about him is he could do all the throws, whether he rolled to the left, the right, or the straight drop back. He not only threw the ball with velocity, he threw it with accuracy. So Butel will survey the defense. He's got Holsworth in the backfield. Dawkins comes in motion, drops back, very first one, throws it out. He's got a man open. Wallace goes up high, above number 25, Pierre, to haul that ball in. We're going to move the ball all the way down to the 43-yard line. Jaspers could not have opened up the game any better. Butel threw the ball extremely well with high percentages. He completed 4 or 5 against Boise. It's not a surprise to see him drop back and let Tony Lewis air it out. Into Holsworth. Tough sledding, gain of 2. Ball be put on the 45. Butel looking over, getting the call from Coach Tony Lewis. Coming up, once again, Holsworth is in the backfield. He's got Cabrick to the near side. He's got Dawkins to the far side. Dawkins comes in motion. Hand up to Holsworth. Once again, he is met. Tough sledding again. That's going to put us down in about a 3rd down and 6. Watching some game film on the Mater Dei Wildcats this year when they were playing down at the Wrights Bowl against Castle, a game that Mater Dei won 17-14. Mater Dei seemed to be pretty tough going right up the middle, and that's where Holsworth really makes his money. We'll see if our offensive lineman can push him back. Nice pitch. Dawkins is on the outside. He's got an opening. He cuts it up. He's hit once. He brought down at the 39-yard line. Looks like they may give Jasper an extra yard on that on the 38. Dawkins caught the ball, hit the corner, and away he went. Wildcats come up to the line. They're in a very tight position. Butel keeps it, makes a nice little cut up the middle. Looks like they're going to give him 4 yards on the play, which is all we need. Just keep those sticks moving, keep that potent offense from Mater Dei over on the sidelines, and they cannot hurt you at all. Butel takes it, gives it to Holsworth up the middle, doing some battling, twisting, turning, fighting. Looks like they may give him enough for the 1st down. Looks like it's pretty close here. Referee gives the big right hand. 1st down, Jasper. So right now, other than a few short runs, they've all been positive plays tonight. Coach Tony Lewis seems like he's pulling all the right strings early in this game. Holsworth up the middle. He crashes through, bangs down for 9. One thing Mater Dei cannot do is let Holsworth letting him go downhill. Holsworth will get the most reps for the Wildcats tonight. When he is on the sideline catching a breather, more often than not, you will see number 25 Fleck come into the game. A very nice change of speed for the Jasper backfield. Takes a snap, up to Holsworth. Just let the big dog keep beating it. Jasper once again successful on moving the chains. In the past 4 games for Jasper, getting down into the red zone area, which is, for those that don't know, the 20-yard line to the end zone. They have put the ball on the turf quite a few times. In fact, last week against Bosse, late in the 4th quarter, Bosse got a 99-yard touchdown scoop and run. That falls in the old category. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Holsworth comes pounding up the middle. The interior offensive line of Jasper is really starting to take control. I really like the fact that Coach Tony Lewis has opened the game with a pass. If you have noticed the last games against Harrison and Wrights, and Bosse tried to do it somewhat until Butel put the ball in the air, they would have everybody within 6 yards and crowd the line. Open up with the pass, successful. They cannot do that. Butel, once again, Holsworth, they just can't stop it right now. He's all the way down to where about the 3.5 yard line. If Jasper controls the ball, does not put it down on the turf, there's no reason to think that they would not use 4 downs to punch this into the end zone. Mater Dei comes up. They have 4 defensive linemen. Linebackers coming up. Looks like they're going to bring some heat. Give it back to Holsworth. They bring him in. Looks like they got him down to about the 2-yard line. It's all we need. We have first down and 4, first down and goal from the 4. He gets 2. Let's do that again. Put some points up on the board. Holsworth comes out. Perkins comes in. Jace Perkins is a senior, 5'8", 212. A lot of beef trying to crash down that line. You let that young man get going, it's hard to bring him down. Butel takes a snap, gives it up to Perkins, right up the middle, into the end zone. Jasper at the 6:05 mark punches it in for a 6-0 lead. See what Coach Tony Lewis will do. We've struggled a little bit with the extra points. Does he bring Cabrick out? Yes, indeed. That looks like what he's going to do. We're going to have Atkins holding the ball. Cabrick's going to take a couple of steps back, slide to his left, come up, put a foot in there, and hopefully give Jasper that last point to put us up 7-0. Snap down. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. So at the 6:05 mark, Jasper over Mater Dei, 7-0. You're watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Joe Roletter Field. Cabrick has the ball teed up, eyeing down the field. Looks like Mater Dei has got a couple of deep guys that Cabrick is able to hit. Number 21, Havlik, comes up. Jasper does some good coverage, brings him down about the 22-yard line, which is a pleasant sight for the Jasper football team. They've been averaging, giving up better than the 30-yard line to every opponent this year. It's a good way to start out. 9 times out of 10, the ball seemed like it bounced around the 35, 20-yard line, would go out of bounds. Of course, that brings out the yellow flag to where the ball gets placed on the 35, and that will kill your average. But for the first time tonight, Jasper put in that position, did a nice job. All right, here we go. Wunderlich, number 17, is in the back. He's got Pierre sitting next to him. He's in the shotgun. The snap drops back, floats, wide receiver screen. To number 19, Elliott Stoltz. Stoltz comes in at 6'1", and he is a senior. One thing a person has to watch out for whenever you have your skilled players, all seniors, that can tell you one thing. They've played for a long, long time together, and they know each other well. When Mater Dei came out and they played Castle earlier this year, they were able to move the ball to the outside on the wide receiver screens, and especially with the middle cuts up, coming deep over the Jasper logo. Wunderlich once again fires. Good ball. That's number 2. That is his favorite one. That is Blake Hurdy's. He's a 6'3" senior. He has showed good strength whenever catching the ball of being initially hit, being able to spin out and get a few extra. Jasper doing an excellent job of wrapping him up and bringing him down. However, that does give Mater Dei the first down. So Wunderlich, he'll bring the Mater Dei Wildcats up to the line. Once again, he drops back, a little screen pass out to Pierre. Pierre's got speed. Jasper does a halfway decent job of covering that, but he's still going to pick up way too many yards for the Jasper defense to give up, and they're going to give him 6. 2nd down and 4. My apologies. Looks like I was 1 yard off. They're going to give him 7 yards. So Jasper cannot do that. They've got to get some pressure. The tough thing about getting pressure on Wunderlich is that he catches the ball one step and the ball's gone. There's another one. One thing that someone will say about Coach Mike Gable when he's sitting over there on the Mater Dei sideline, he's somewhat like Coach Lewis. That playbook is wide open. Right now, it looks like they're trying to set up Jasper with putting the ball in the air and then going to the running game with Pierre. Jasper doing the complete opposite. It's going to be quite interesting throughout this game to see which one works better. Pierre lines up to the right side. A fake, little screen. Jasper getting a little. There's a hold. No call. Absolutely just tackled the Jasper player. Van Slyke had a nice bead on the quarterback, but it was pulled down to the turf right in front of the official. No flag came out. But that's just kind of the way it goes. Jasper's let Mater Dei move all the way down to their 37-yard line. It's where to be 1st and 10. Jasper, 3:49 mark still in the first period, leading 7-0. Mater Dei is moving the ball with relative ease. Once again, that's number 19, Hurties. He comes in. He's actually a transfer from Evansville Central. But Wunderlich is catching the ball, and it's all timing. If people remember the Wrights game, that's how Wrights really got a hold of Jasper, is their timing. Quarterback would drop back. You count 1,001, 1,002. He puts the ball down to where it needs to be. Receiver goes and gets it. Atkins and the boys in the defensive backfield are really going to have to take these guys away. We're going to have to really start scrunching up on them. We've got a little bit of pressure going on. We just, oh my Lord. You talk about a favor for the black and gold. Hurties was wide open, brought the ball down on the 9-yard line, but started to take off before he pulled the ball in, and it fell harmlessly to the turf. Evan Nordorf did a nice job from the Jasper defense of busting through and chasing him out, making him release the ball. Wunderlich got the play from Gable. Lines up. He's got Pierre to the right side. Drop back. Players cutting to the right. They're rolling him out. We've got pressure. And he's had to throw it out of bounds. Did a nice job of going up. But credit Van Slyke for coming through the Jasper defensive line and turning on the Jets and making Wunderlich really stretch out to the right side to where when he put the ball up, it was way too far out. Nice job by the Jasper defense. Jasper's trying the old adage of bend but don't break. We're at the 3:05 mark in the first period. Jasper up 7-0. 3rd down and 10. Mater Dei does have a decent kicker, but I can't imagine if they picked up 5-6 yards here on 3rd down that they would not go for it. He fires back, steps up. Oh! Lord have mercy. Hurdy showed his talent there. Went up with one hand, almost brought it down. As he was bringing it down, we came up and got up underneath there, and it looked like it was Kabrick that almost brought that ball in. Almost an outstanding catch and almost finished with an outstanding interception. But harmlessly, the ball goes down. 4th down and 10. Looks like Mike Abel's going to keep his Wildcats out on the field. Now Jasper's been dropping all their linebackers, not bringing a lot of pressure. They're going with the three-man defensive line. Let's see if they bring any heat. They do bring a cross, but he comes across the middle, and it's a stick and another hit. Boy, it looks like he's gonna be about 1.5 yards past that marker to where they're gonna be able to move the chains. And that, in fact, is what has happened. So Mater Dei is threatening. They've got the ball on the 12-yard line. They can get a 1st down if they creep inside the 2. But I've got to think that Mike Gable is going to be thrown in a running play here. There we go. We're going with the motion with number 22 to the outside. He's got a little bit of room. Jasper does a nice job of closing that down. That was Drew Martin, a 5'10", 165 wide receiver defensive back, senior. Jasper's going to need to stiffen up here a little bit. I think with the quick release of Wunderlich, and especially him being the senior, we're playing the odds here. Oh, the ball's on the turf. Pierre does the wise thing of just kind of falling down and just live to fight another day. Mater Dei has been averaging between 8 and 10 yards through the air. So everything's been kind of working out. They've got third down in about 6 right now. So you've got to imagine this is 4-down territory for the maroon and gold. They're going to send Hurties to the far side. Wunderlich is sitting there. Steps back, steps back, steps back, releases the ball right in the middle. What a catch. Once again, that's Hurties. Hurties just went up where the defensive backs could not go. Jasper doing very little on that possession right there to get any type of pressure on the Wunderlich. If we cannot devise something to get him to release the ball a little bit early, it could be a long night for that defensive backfield. Tyler Sitzman comes in to line up for the extra point. He also is a senior. Calling for the ball. The snap, the placement, the kick. It is up. So we are at the 146 mark of the first quarter. Jasper 7, Mater Dei 7. You're watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Mater Dei just marching down the field and punching it in to tie this game up at the 146 mark of the first quarter. Camden Marks has the ball teed up. You got Dawkins, you got Bear deep. Approaches the ball. Ball is in the air. Bear looks like he's going to bring it in. He brings it out of the end zone, which I was going to say I don't think you can do in high school. And the referee was right on top of that. So the Jasper offense will run back out on the field, trying to duplicate what they did in the first series against this Mater Dei defense. And I would say the way the Mater Dei offense looked, it's probably a good idea to duplicate that. So Butel takes the call from Coach Lewis, runs out to the huddle and brings the Cats up to the line. Holsworth is in the backfield. Here comes Dawkins, gives it up to Holsworth in middle, tough sledding. He may have gotten a half yard. Mater Dei doing a nice job of slanting to the left. And when they guess right, a defense will cause you all kinds of havoc. Shu did a nice job of getting low and wrapping up Holsworth and bringing him down. Butel takes a snap. We got the counter play going, but Mater Dei reads it well. Luke Heichelbach come around the corner pretty hard, but Mater Dei's linebackers came up, made the stick, and brought him down.
No gain on the play. 39-21.
This is going to be quite an interesting call for Jasper. You've got a freshman quarterback. You've got a team that's fighting like the Dickens to get above 500. You're deep in your own territory. You're on the 21-yard line. You got 9 yards to go. What does Coach Lewis do? Looks like he's going to run Butel back. Butel rolls. He throws the ball up. The ball is a good ball. There was a grab right there with Wallace. But more, I don't know if that was really going to make the big difference. It looked like Butel and Wallace were on different pages. Wallace did more of a straight across the field. I think Butel was wanting him to do more of a flag down towards the pylon there in the end zone. So the angles were off. Doesn't really matter what the issue was. The ball fell to the turf. Jasper's 4th and 9 deep in their territory. They will have to punt. Punting the ball will be number 1, Charlie Cabrick. Cabrick puts the ball up in the air. Doesn't quite get it to turn over, but it takes a great Jasper bounce and gives the Wildcats, moves the Evansville Mater Dei Wildcats down the field another 8 yards. Nice job by Cabrick of kind of flip-flopping. I know we're not past the 25, but doing a nice job of flip-flopping field position.
45 yards
So the Mater Dei Wildcat offense comes back out. Wunderlich definitely had his way with the defensive backfield of the Jasper Wildcats. Wallace is going to have to somehow figure out how to get pressure along with Senninger from the inside. He's in the set backfield by himself. Jasper brings some heat. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That looked like it came on the turf, but the side judge said no. His hands were underneath it. So once again, there's one of his receivers. He rolls out, and Stoltz brings it in for the 8-yard gain. So at the end of the first quarter, it is Jasper 7, Mater Dei 7. You're watching Wildcat football here on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jasper High School football. The Mater Dei Wildcats come away from Coach Gable and go straight to the line. Jasper looks up to see how they're lined up. I think it's going to be pretty well the same. You know, they've had success. They're going to send Hurties to the far side. Now they're going to switch them. They're going to bring Hurties to the near side. They're going to send Stoltzman to the far side. Wide receiver screen. Kabrick does a nice job of pushing out. Jasper did a nice job of doing that. Here come a handkerchief. Let's see if we've got a little hold on the Mater Dei Wildcats. And we, in fact, do. Holding is a 10-yard penalty. However, it is a spot foul. So wherever they call the ball, you go to where they called the foul, whether it be on the 43, 44, or even the 40-yard line, and you march off 10 yards. Looks like they threw that flag down around the 42-yard line. So they're going to move them all the way back to the 32-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11. So far tonight, Jasper back there with Atkins and Bear and Wallace and Kabrick, they have done very little to stop down this aerial attack of the Mater Dei Wildcats. Surprise, surprise, Wunderlich comes in the shotgun. Pierre to his right. Drops down, looks, setting up a screen. He's getting pressure. Here comes Wallace. He gets rid of it. Hurt. Now that right there, my friends, is a senior receiver. The ball was supposed to come to the 40-yard line. His quarterback was rolling. The one thing that the coaches always tell you is when your quarterback's in pressure, you find the open spot. He left. Our guy charged up. He left. He went across the field. A nice connection between Hurties and Wunderlich to move the ball down to give them 3rd and short. Ball's up, little short out. Jasper tries to tackle with an arm, cannot. He goes ahead and breaks the tackle, and Stoltz gets an extra 9 yards. The one thing we cannot do with these Mater Dei receivers tonight is give them yards after the catch. If they do catch the ball, we have to drop them quick. Wunderlich set. Immersion. There we go. We're out to Pierre. He can kick. Jasper does a nice job of closing the hold. They're going to give him a gain of about 3, which will put us down at 2nd down and 7. Jasper doing a much better job of closing up those gaps in a hurry. On the receivers on the outside, we must get up. We must jam them. We cannot let them run free. Get 6 yards down the field, turn around. You know the ball's going to be there. All they have to do is get more than 3 yards every play, and they move the chains, which is exactly what they do right there on the little screen, the little 8-yard down, turn around, and goodness gracious, look who it is. It's number 2, Blake Hurties. Linebacker does a nice job of coming up and making the drop. They've got him 3rd and short. So at the 9:33 mark and counting, the game tied at 7. Mater Dei doing everything they can to break this tie. Ball sets, another wide receiver screen. Kabrick out there. What a play by Kabrick, but he breaks free. Now I will give Kabrick a little bit of a break on that one. Not only was he trying to bring down the receiver, he was also trying to fight off a block. Pretty difficult to do. But he did a nice job of getting away from Kabrick, bouncing to the outside, picking up an extra 7.
First down, Mater Dei. First and 10 at the 25.
Wunderlich's got the counter going. They get to the corner. They have the corner. Nice cut. They do a nice job of bringing Drew Martin, number 22, around the corner. Wunderlich just kind of tosses him the ball, and he rolls down. He moves the chains.
First down, Mater Dei. First and 10 at the 15.
To say that the Jasper defense looks a little confused right now would be the understatement of the game to this point. So the Wildcat defensive line gets down. Linebackers out. We're tied up on the receivers. Ball's given to the inside. Pierre can cut. Pierre can go. And Pierre's going to get in the end zone to give Mater Dei the lead 13-7. Pierre is 5'8", 175 pounds. Some of our guys coming in are in the 6 foot or better range. You're going to have to get low. You're going to have to find out where this guy's coming from. He is explosive. He is powerful. And he can plant that foot and cut on a dime, as he just did there. So Marks will sit there. Will be down. McDermott takes the ball, places it down. The kick is up. Looks like it's good. Officials say it is good. So at the 8:17 mark in the second quarter, Mater Dei punches it in to take a 14-7 lead. You're watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium, where the Mater Dei Wildcats just punched the ball in to take a 14-7 lead at the 8:17 mark of the second quarter. Mark's got the ball down, ready to send it deep to the Jasper deep men. Looks like we've got Fleck on the far side. Looks like we got Dawkins to the near side. Mark's got teed up. Here he comes. Ball's in the air. And a nice punch. And they'll blow that dead. So they'll bring the ball out. And I believe it's the 25-yard line to where Jasper will start 1st and 10. I apologize. It is on the 20. So 1st down and 10 from the 20 for Jasper. 8:17 mark, 14-7 Mater Dei. Let's see what Coach Lewis kind of does here. Mater Dei seems to be pulling their guys up a little bit tighter. Take away the Holsworth dive up the middle, but that's where they go. Holsworth's out. The ball's on the field. We just can't do that. Mater Dei picks it up, runs it into the end zone. So the bugaboos of the fumble continues for Jasper. Last week against Evansville Bossy, they give up a 99 pick-up and scoop score. And now they do it again for a 13 pick-up and scoop score. I just don't know how Jasper's going to straighten that out, because it is nothing but total concentration. So here we are again. Mater Dei tees the ball up. When he receives a snap, fumbles the snap, goes up, which throws everything off, and the ball goes harmlessly to the side. So, unfortunately, in less than 10 seconds, Jasper went from 14-7 to being down 20-7. Here in the second quarter, you're watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Back at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium, the 8:09 mark of the second quarter, Mater Dei leads Jasper 20-7. We're going to go ahead and throw Dawkins and Fleck to the far side, back in the backfield. So far, Marks has done a very nice job of putting the ball in the end zone to where Jasper cannot return. Let's see if we get an opportunity this time. Ball is up in the air. Ball is taken at the 2, to the 10, to the 15. Cuts to the far side. Looks like Beck's going to push it all the way up to approximately the 23-yard line. So that's where the Jasper offense will come out. Jasper must respond. If you all remember, Jasper received the ball at the beginning of the game, which unfortunately right now makes it Mater Dei receiving in the opening of the second half. Bring Kabrick in here. Utel takes the snap. Hands the ball to the inside. And I know they changed running backs, but I apologize. It did not quite catch the number. That is number 10. That is going to be Perkins. I think that possibly on that last play, Holsworth came out. Tony Lewis either seen something in his eyes or was just a little frustrated that was the second week in a row to where we've had a scoop and score. So now he's got Perkins back there. Utel hands the ball up. Once again, Perkins up the middle. Mater Dei is really starting to tighten up the inside of that defense because Jasper is refusing to put the ball up in the air, and now they're starting to crowd again. Maybe that's Coach Lewis's game plan. Maybe he wants to see Mater Dei start to crowd the plate a little bit, to use an old baseball terminology, to where he can put the ball up in the air. Jasper's going to be faced with a 3rd down and 6. Butel takes the ball. They have a counter going. Ball is up through the middle. So freshman Elliott Smith gets the counter play, and he punches it all the way up to where Jasper is in a 3rd down and short. Pierre is down on the floor. Hopefully from a Mater Dei standpoint that's just a cramp. That is not one guy that you can lose. Well, it looks like Jasper was successful on that counter play. Smith, another outstanding freshman, along with Ross Dawkins and, of course, Mac Butel under center. He was able to come through and move the chains. A must-needed 1st down for Jasper. Looks like they're going to get Pierre he's going to jog off on his own power, which is a good sign for Mater Dei. So Butel will take the call from Coach Lewis, run back out, tell his black and gold pals exactly what the play is. I'm sure giving them a little bit of encouragement. We need to start getting a little bit more chunks on 1st down to where Coach Tony Lewis can open up the playbook. Butel takes it, hands it up the middle to Fleck. A nice change of pace. He's able to bounce it up and get 3. Looks like we're going to be sitting in 2nd down and 7. Fleck, after a nice run to the right side, comes out of the game. Butel comes up. Looks like we put Perkins in the backfield. Butel takes the snap. Dawkins is in motion. Butel keeps it. What a pitch! I am going to give high marks to Dawkins on that just to catch that ball. Mater Dei came up. The defensive back came up, did a nice job of taking Dawkins, the pitch man. Defensive end popped out, did a nice job of taking Butel. There was absolutely nothing there. The pitch was in the air, an ill-advised pitch, by the way, but Dawkins was able to corral it and bring it down. But that's going to put Jasper back into a 3rd and 9. Here comes Dawkins, flags in the air. Looks like we're going to have a false start against the black and gold. And that's exactly what we have. So Jasper's just made things a little bit tougher on them to where they had 3rd down and 9. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down and 14. Black and gold come running up to the line. Butel still stuck in the center position, or underneath the center. Comes out. He's going to drop by. He's looking. He's tucking. He's running. Mater Dei did a nice job of taking the 2 receivers that Jasper sent out. I don't know why we're not sending more. You send 2 receivers out, that's pretty easy to cover, especially when the 2 receivers are coming to this near side and you've got Butel running to the far side. Absolutely nothing there. So be that as it may, Charlie Cabrick will come out for Jasper to see if he can somehow switch this field position and pin Mater Dei deep. Looks like there's a little confusion on the punt team. We're short a game. We're getting into the 5th game of the season. We could not have that happen. Looks like Rue was kind of sitting over here talking to somebody on the sidelines when he should have been out there at the right tackle position. The snap, Cabrick's down, ball's up. Decent punt. Mater Dei fields it at the 38. Nice little sidestep, but he gets dropped down quickly. Holbeck did a nice job of bringing that ball down, but the Wildcats gave him absolutely nothing. Damn, I should have went to break there. Okay, Judd, 3-2-1. Wunderlich under center. Sits out, wide receiver screen. Roll out. Once again, Cabrick is engaged, but does a nice job of forcing him down into the inside. McDermott is doing a nice job on those wide receiver screens from Wunderlich of getting out here. Cabrick is up to the challenge to where he's tying up the receiver trying to block him to get him to the outside. Cabrick won that battle, forced him to the inside, got a little help from his friends to where now Jasper's looking, or Mater Dei is looking for a 2nd down and 8. Pierre's back in the game, so it looked like it was just a simple case of cramps. Wunderlich takes it, drops back, looks, no pressure. A little screen play underneath. Nice job to Jasper to kind of come up and take away what looked like what it was developing, but he's going to be real close to that 1st down. See where they bring the stick? Looks like they're going to put the 3rd down marker about 1.5 yards short of the 1st down stick. So sitting at the 3:30 mark here in the 1st half, Mater Dei up 20-7. Wunderlich looks. There's Pierre right up the middle. Jasper does a nice job of getting through and dropping him. What a nice job by Will Wallace to come up and wrap and drop him. So now we're looking at a 3rd, with 3 minutes to go, they're looking at about a 4th and 4. Now Wunderlich's been doing a nice job of gobbling up 5, 6, 7 yards. Let's see if Mike Gable decides to go for it here. Nope, looks like he's going to move him back into punt position. So Jasper's going to send Braylon Bear back to the 25. The punt should come somewhere around the 33, 34-yard line of Mater Dei. The snap. Ball is in the air. It's end over end. Takes a huge Mater Dei bounce. Bear can do nothing but watch it go, and the ball goes all the way down to where it appears to be the 6, possibly the 7-yard line of Jasper. You're watching Wildcat football here on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. 2:22 left into the first half. Mater Dei up 20-7. Butel takes the snap, flags up in the air. It looks like Mater Dei moved. Or are they going to say Jasper pulled them off?
Flag on the flag.
Nope. Looks like Mater Dei did that all by themselves. Black and gold saying much appreciate. Now they're going to come out. We're going to think positive, and we're going to move the ball down and get a score before the end of the first half.
First and 5 at 12-yard line.
Here comes Jasper. Same setup. Dawkins in motion. We're giving the ball right up the middle. Looks like Perkins is still in the backfield. Perkins is going to move the ball after a gain of about 6 to 7 yards. Good thing about first downs at the high school level, if you get a first down, the clock will stop until the chains are set. Butel comes up, down to 12 seconds on the play clock. Minute 56 to go in the first half. Butel drops back. He's looking. He throws long. Cabrick goes up, makes an unbelievable catch. What an adjustment in the air. Brings the ball down on the 48-yard line of Jasper. Brings the ball down, fights for an extra 4. Looks like they're going to put it down just inside Mater Dei territory. What a catch by Charlie Cabrick.
First and 10 Jasper at the 49.
That is exactly what Jasper needed, to be able to move that ball down in a good chunk of yards. Jasper comes. We got Cabrick to the far side now, to the near side. Hand ball up the middle. Perkins driving those feet, pounding on players, then picking up 7. Looks like Coach Tony Lewis will use one of his 3 remaining timeouts. So you are watching Jasper Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back, everyone, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. We have 1:17 left in the first half. Mater Dei up 20-7. Butel under center. Looks like we've got Perkins in the backfield. Sending Cabrick into motion. The ball is kept. The ball is pitched. Dawkins on the outside does a nice job of lowering his shoulder, but he's only going to move it to the 40. So either Coach Lewis calls another timeout or the clock continues to go. Looks like Coach Lewis is going to use the second of his 3 timeouts. So once again, we will step aside here, and we're watching Jasper Wildcat football on Channel 18. Welcome back to Jasper Wildcat football. Minute 9 left in the first half, 20-7 Mater Dei. Jasper is threatening. Butel under center. Sends Atkins in motion, comes back to the other side. They're going to bounce it upside with Perkins. They have yet, the Mater Dei defense, to find an answer for Perkins. Perkins run good enough to move the chains. Jasper in the hurry up. Butel under center. Drop back. He's got pressure. He's got to get rid of it. Throws the ball up. Oh, that was early. Oh, and the flag comes out. What a big break for Jasper. That ball was not catchable, but in the high school level, it does not matter. You cannot come up as a defensive back and hit our receiver to where it's early. So a big break for Jasper with the flag coming out. It's going to stop the clock. It's going to move the ball closer to the end zone. Everything that seems to be working in Jasper's favor at this point. That ball is going to be moved all the way down to the 19-yard line. So Jasper down 20-7 with 55.7 seconds to go. They have 1 timeout remaining. You would have to think that they're going to continue to put the ball up in the air whenever it so calls for it. Incomplete pass stops the clock, does not hurt Jasper, but they are going to run it. Butel does a heck of a job of planting his foot and cutting up the middle and gaining what appears to be about 8 yards. Boy, Mater Dei came flying out to take our pitch man, and Butel did a heck of a job of planting that foot and going. Jasper's in the hurry. 2nd down and 2. Butel under center, takes it and just clocks it. That's what you can do when you have your first down. You're moving the ball and you have the first down and you're trying to save your last time out. And I do believe, according to what I'm seeing here in front of me, that Jasper does indeed have another timeout. But you can go ahead and clock it because now you're looking at 3rd down and about 2. You know that Coach Lewis is going 3rd down and 4th down, trying to pick up this first down, stop the clock, set the chains. Jasper will be quick to get up to the line. Down to 10 on the clock. Butel surveys the defense. Mater Dei sends 3 out to guard our 2 out. Atkins comes down. They hand it to Perkins. Mater Dei does a nice job of closing that down. Now Jasper has to get up. It does appear, in fact, that Coach Lewis will be burning his last timeout. So at the 23.2 mark left in the first half, Mater Dei 20, Jasper 7. You're watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. 23.2 seconds left, 20-7 Mater Dei. Jasper comes out. They're looking at a 4th and 2. I guess at this particular point, they can either put it up in the air or run the ball. A first down is going to temporarily stop the clock. They are going to roll Butel off to the right. He's got pressure, and he throws the ball, and gosh, no, where in the heck was that one going? There wasn't anywhere in the neighborhood to that ball. So Jasper's offense, impressive movement of the ball, stalls around the 10-yard line. So Mater Dei will get the ball with 17.6 seconds left. They're up 20-7. They get the ball in the second half. I would not put it past Coach Gable to try to make something happen here, but they definitely wouldn't be doing anything wrong by just putting it in Pierre's hands, see if he can possibly break one. If Jasper brings him down, they let the clock run out, go into halftime with the 20-7 lead. In fact, Wunderlich's just going to go ahead and do it himself and take a knee. So at halftime, Evansville Mater Dei 20, Jasper 7. The only thing that can be really truly said about that first half is Jasper has found no way to slow down this Mater Dei passing attack. If Coach Selton cannot make an adjustment at halftime, looks like we may be in for more in the same in the second half, but only time will tell. You are watching Wildcat football on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Joe Roletter Field down here at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Mater Dei running over their sideline. Jasper about ready to come over to our sideline. Looking at the stats in the first half, surprise, surprise, 83% completion rating for Wunderlich. Out of 18 attempts, he has completed 15 for 129 yards, averaging 8.6. That will definitely get the job done. The rushing attack is usually just non-existent. They only rush the ball 7 times for 29 yards. Jasper, on the other hand, has ran the ball 27 times for 95 yards, a 3.5-yard average. We put the ball up in the air 5 times, completing only 2 of them for 40 yards. So we'll see if Jasper can get this figured out, get a little bit of pressure on Wunderlich. Mater Dei is going to get the ball. Let's see if we can turn the tides. You're watching Wildcat football here on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Charlie Kabrick has just presented the ball. He puts it down on the tee. Mater Dei sends 1 guy deep, 2 guys up. You have Pierre, the guy they want the ball to reach. Kabrick is on 32. Marches up, puts a foot into it. Comes up short. Ball bounces on the 20-yard line. Picked up. What a move to the outside. Jasper does a nice job of pulling that down. That is number 24. And I don't have him in front of me, so we'll just roll on with it. Wunderlich brings the offense out from the sideline after getting the call from Coach Mike Gable. We're going to see what kind of game plan that Coach Shelton has switched to here in the second half. He's still going with the 3 down linemen and the 3 linebackers, which would be Jasper's traditional 3-3 stack. Wunderlich in the open backfield takes a snap, hands it off to number 22. He gets to the outside. Jasper comes up, makes some hits, wraps, and drops. So Drew Martin did a nice job of getting the ball and getting to the outside. Fortunately for the black and gold, we had a number of players over there to help bring him down for a short gain of only 2. Mater Dei going into the 11-minute mark with a 20-7 lead is in no rush to get that ball up. Right now they're at 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Wunderlich takes it, steps back, little side screen, what they've been doing all night. Jasper does a nice job of pulling him out. That looks like Heichelbeck. Correction, that was Mitchell Leinenbach with the stop, putting Mater Dei in a 3rd down and 3. You got to think that a little wide receiver, a little dump across the middle is happening. Step back, toss, throw. Jasper does a great job of getting the ball up. The ball is intercepted. They take it down to the 30-yard line of Mater Dei. Just the break that Jasper needed. I see the ball down on the sideline. I did not see the number that brought it down. Nonetheless, an outstanding job by the Jasper defense. If Jasper wants to change the tides in this game, it is utterly important that they get that interception, get the momentum on their side like they do now, and then rush it down, put it in the end zone for the score. Butel under center. Jasper in a very tight setup. Dawkins comes in motion. Perkins gets the ball up the middle. Why not? The guy has been chewing up yards tonight, getting 6 to 7 yards a click. So it looks like we're going to be looking down at a 2nd down and 2, ball placed on the 24-yard line. Coach Lewis is bound and determined to move this ball with our big guys up front. Be more physical, he preaches. Snap, give it up into the middle. Nice job of coming up and greeting our running back. Number 85, Cooper Dar, coming up to make the stop. Absolutely no gain on there. Jasper sitting at a 3rd down and 4. You've got to think that this is 4-down territory for the black and gold.
3rd and 4, Jasper at the 23-yard line.
They've got Cabrick in the slide on the far side. They've got Dawkins on the slide in the near side. Dawkins goes in motion. The ball is handed up. They brought Holsworth back into the game. He gets the ball, and he goes ahead and slams down for another gain of 2, which is going to put us down to about a 4th down and 2. Wallace comes running off the field. Butel gets the play. Jasper's really been handing the ball to the inside, staying away from the pitch. They give it up to Holsworth up the middle. He just ducks his shoulder. I think he's running a little bit angry. I know Coach was not happy when that ball was put down in the turf for Mater Dei's pick up, scoop, and score. So he pulled Holsworth out a little bit to let the young man know that he knows what he can do, but he's just going to have to start doing it. Coaches cannot go out. They cannot get 1st downs. They cannot tackle. It's got to be the players. Butel takes it, gives it up to Perkins in middle, does a nice job of bouncing up, cutting into the middle, and picking up 7. Correction, gain of 5. Oh, I tell you what, my eyes are not as what they used to be. They give it to Perkins right up the middle. Jasper's doing a nice job of getting 2, 3, 4 yards click. He's going to go ahead and send Will Wallace out, and he's going to send Holsworth back out. Out comes, it looks, Perkins and number 88, Cameron Howard. We've got 3rd down and 3 from about the 11-yard line. You just got to know this is 4-down territory. Butel, under center, takes a snap. Turns around, hands it over on a counter. Cabrick does an unbelievable job of avoiding a 3-yard loss. He will get no gain on there, because that could have been a lot worse than what it was. Mater Dei just getting all kinds of penetration. Looks like Coach Lewis is going to settle for the 3 with them missing that extra point. If Jasper can get the 3 points, we can make it a 2-possession game with only 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. Down to 7 on the play clock. Cabrick, it's down. The ball is up and no good. Hooked it to the left. So at the 6:56 mark of the 3rd quarter, it is Mater Dei 20, Jasper 7. You're watching Wildcat football here on WJTS. Welcome back to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Wunderlich, like he has been all night, in the shotgun. Man in motion. Wunderlich snaps, fakes it, screened out to the outside, and once again, there is my man Charlie Cabrick covering it up and dropping him for a loss of 1. I think Charlie Cabrick has seen that enough tonight, and he's getting a little fed up with it. Nice job of shedding the tackler and dropping the guy for a 1-yard loss. Pierre's going to be set to the right of Wunderlich. Takes a snap, looks, throws. What? Oh my goodness gracious, what a catch. Luke McDermott did a nice job of staying with it, looking it in. Jasper went for the interception. The only problem with that is if you don't get the interception, it's probably going to be a big gainer for the other team, and that's exactly what happened. So Jasper allows Mater Dei just to go ahead and move the ball down the field. So now they're at the 47. It is 1st down and 10. 6:12 to go in the 3rd period. Jasper must make a stand here. Man in motion, little counter to the inside. Nice cut, bounces up, a gain of 11. Jasper's so worried about that pass right now that all running lanes are wide open. They're going to mark the runner down a yard short of the 1st down to where to be 2nd down and 1. A very dangerous play for the Jasper defense. When you're looking at 2nd down and short, that really opens up the play for Coach Gable and the Mater Dei Wildcats. They got Hurties to the near side. They got Stoltz to the far side. He actually comes under center and does a quarterback sneak. If there was one play I would say that they would not have done tonight, that would have been the one. But the Jasper defense held tight to the inside. Wallace comes up and puts a hat on him, as well as his friends. And they're going to only give him about a 1/4 of a yard, which was going to put him down 3rd and short. Send the man in motion. Wunderlich takes it, fakes to Pierre. Little move against the middle. Boy, he had some heat on that. He was looking for Stoltz coming across the middle. Stoltz was there, but the Jasper defense was closing down. And I mean, Wunderlich put some heat on that one. So Jasper with an opportunity to make a big defensive stand here. Looks like Coach Gable's going to send in a few reinforcements over there. They're going to send Joey Pierre back in. Joey Pierre has been averaging about 5 yards a carry tonight. At 4th down and short, he is definitely an option. So the Jasper linebackers must keep an eye on number 25. Mater Dei takes everybody and moves them to the far side of the field. The snap, Wunderlich's running. He has got out. He's going to make the cut, and he's going to pick up the first down. That play was very simple. We're going to try to flank your far side and send everybody over there and just outman you. Mater Dei successful, picking up about 6. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Wunderlich takes a snap, drops back, looks. He's got a little bit of pressure. He's going to run. Wallace has got a beat on him. But looks like Wunderlich was able to step out. He's not a mobile quarterback, but he does run enough just to keep you honest. He's going to pick up 6 yards on that one. So at the 4:30 mark here in the 3rd quarter, Jasper still down by 13 points. Trying everything they can to get the ball back into the offensive team. His hands. Wunderlich looks. He looks. He's going deep. He throws the ball. That is a bomb. Oh, and Bear goes up, puts his right paw on it, and almost pulls it in. But did a nice job of coming over the receiver, number 22, Marks, and doing a nice job of getting his left hand on it and knocking it down to the turf. Well, you could just tell the way Wunderlich dropped back on that one. He was just waiting for the opportunity for Coach Gable to let him throw the ball deep. When Gable gave him the green light, he took advantage. Good thing for Jasper, the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. It's going to put the Mater Dei Wildcats into a 3rd down and 5. Wunderlich takes, looks, fakes, little wide receiver screen, and my Lord, Jasper coming through. Looks like Leinenbach tried to come across the middle and bring that one down. He was right there, looked like he had an opportunity. I've got to think that Mater Dei is going to go for this right now. So here's an opportunity for the Jasper Wildcats. 4th and 5. Get a stop here. Jasper to have good field position. He's rolling. Here we go up with the pressure. And he throws. They just let Marks come up the field. He comes across. You have these senior receivers that not only when they're coming across and they're finding their quarterback, they're also seeing where the defensive back is lined up. When they see the defensive back is even with them, they kind of bend back to make the defensive back take a half step. They come up. They get a nice little 8-9 yard catch, move the chains. You can definitely tell where the experience is on this field. Hurties comes to the near side. Stoltz goes to the far side. Wunderlich looks. He's looking over at Stoltz. Stoltz does a give and go. He's right there. Bear is there. The ball goes up. They're going to call pass interference on Braden Bear. Wasn't so much that he was entangled into the receiver as he did what we call face guarding. He just threw his hands up, was looking at the receiver. He made no attempt to turn his head and look for the ball. The good thing about it for Jasper is in high school football, it is not a spot foul. It is a 10-yard penalty. So from the line of scrimmage, they'll move the ball down to about the 11-yard line, I would suspect. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. I'll give Bear a break on that one. He was open. He was open in the corner. Bear did just enough. He did get the penalty, but you do not give up the touchdown. Jasper can ill afford to give up points. Mater Dei is doing a nice job of eating the clock here in the third quarter. Wunderlich in the backfield. Sits there, rolls up, gives to, oh, what a job. Sunninger comes up. Peters comes up. They drop him for about a 5-6 yard loss. Nice job by the Jasper defense. When they needed a big play, Peter was up to the challenge. Mater Dei in their normal setup. Wunderlich, Pierre to the right. He rolls to the right. He's looking. He flies right across the middle. Lord have mercy. Did Jasper catch another break? McDermott was sitting there and knew that he had the end zone. Ball hit his hands. He took his eyes off it. It fell harmlessly to the turf. It was there. That is one that he's going to be kicking himself in the rear end about. Looks like Jasper can get a first down if they get it, or Mater Dei can get a first down if they get down to about the half-yard line. Wunderlich looks, he rolls. Here comes the receiver across the middle. There he is. That is a heck of a grab by number 87, Owen Wunderlich. Got to be brothers. Got to be. He caught the ball at the 3. It's going to put up about a third, looks like a fourth, and about 1.5 yards for a first down. 3 solid yards for a touchdown. Will Gable try to punch it in, or will Gable try to get the 3 points? Well, there's number 17 walking up in the shotgun position. Look out for Pierre coming through. Well, Mike Gable's going to go ahead and talk to his senior quarterback, Wunderlich, about the situation, and we'll see the result on a 4th down and 2. You're listening to WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Joe Roletter Field down here at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. The Mater Dei Wildcats are faced with a 4th and 2, a 4th and goal if they get the 3 yards where they're lined up right now. You got Wunderlich, you got Pierre in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's looking. He's going to do the little receiver out. It's right there. He puts it right on the money. You've got number 19, Stoltz, just pushing our defender back. We can't give him any room. When you're that deep into the end zone, you have to be number to number on there. But he drove our guy back a half step. By the time he turned, you've got a senior receiver. You've got a senior quarterback. The timing's there. Ball was there. Score, Mater Dei. Now they're up 26-7 with 2:04 to go in the third period. And here they go. Ball is down. Place is up. Kick is up. Looks good. Officials say it is good. So at the 2:04 mark in the third period, 27 for Mater Dei, 7 for Jasper. You're watching Jasper football on WJTS. Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Mater Dei seems to be the team with a little pep in their step as they've got a 27-7 lead on the Jasper Wildcats. Mark sitting there taking his time. Puts the ball down on the tee. Jasper's got Fleck to the far side. We've got Dawkins to the near side. Jasper needs to make something happen on specialty teams to get themselves back in the game. Marks has done a nice job of putting the ball in the end zone tonight. He kicks another one deep. Looks like this one's only going to drop at the 5. Flex at the 15. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. Cuts it up the middle. Drives himself all the way past the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line where the Jasper Wildcats will take over. Somebody on this Jasper offense has to get this team going. I don't care if you're Butel, a freshman. I don't care if you're a senior. Somebody has to get them going. It is imperative that they get points on this drive. Looks like we're going to have Perkins in the backfield. Jasper on a very tight spread. Utel looks over the defense. Gives the Perkins up the middle. Tough sledding. 1.5, maybe 2 yards. Jasper brought in Elliott Smith and put him at a slot position and put him in motion. But the ball went to Perkins up the middle. Perkins now has run off the field. Holsworth is back in to the backfield. Once again, Elliott Smith to the far side. Looks like Dawkins coming in motion. The ball is handed off. Holsworth doing a lot better job of putting both arms on that ball. Banging out about another 6 yards. Looks like we're going to be sitting at about a 3rd and 4. Even though Jasper's on their side of the field, it does not matter at this point with a minute left in the third period. This has to be 4-down territory. Dawkins goes in motion. Ball is given up to Holsworth in the middle. He does a nice job pounding, lifts a knee, drives the defensive back about 2 yards, and easily gets the first down. So that's going to put the ball at the 45-yard line for the black and gold. We're down to approximately 45 seconds in the quarter here. They've got first down and 10. Still got Elliott Smith and Dawkins as those slots. Looks like a little confusion there. Oh, uh-oh. Where's the face mask? They are holding. Now they just threw a flag towards Tony Lewis, but that was ridiculous. They had his face mask. They yanked him down to the field. The official just looked at it. Tony Lewis let the sideline official know he was none too pleased. Now he rips off the headset, and he is really bending their ears out there. What a terrible no call. The officials discussing what they're going to do here. Unsportsmanlike. They're just going to change it to a sideline infraction. The first time you get the infraction on the sideline is just a warning, which is a big break. It really looked like he was throwing that flag straight at Coach Lewis, because I'm sure his words were not the kindest. Jasper's looking about a 2nd and 14. Butel drops back, throws the ball. He's got a man wide open. Elliott Smith catches the ball at the end of the third quarter to push up towards midfield. I think they're going to spot it on the 49. So at the end of 3, it is 27 Mater Dei, 7 for Jasper. You're watching Jasper football on WJTS. So the team switched the field for the final time tonight, going into the fourth period. Jasper's looking at a 3rd down and 6 from the 49 of Jasper. The clock is not set, so the far sideline judge blows the game dead. There we go. Now we got the final 12 minutes up on the board. So it's all set right out in front of Jasper. They've got 12 minutes to score at least 20 points. Butel drops back. Nice little pitch. Triple option to the near side. I do not understand that play, because once the pitch happens, they're almost out of bounds already. So Atkins comes out, does a nice job of taking the ball and tucking it and doing what he can, but he's got absolutely no room to move. When we come down and get outside the tackle and we make the pitch, that gives him about 4 yards. And if there's any defender at all wearing a gold helmet right there, he's up the proverbial creek. Butel's got to put the ball on the air. He drops back. He slings it. He throws it a little too tall for Wallace. And that is a task, because Wallace can climb. So the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Jasper gives the ball up on downs. 11:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Mater Dei easily in the driver's seat, up 27-7. Here comes Wunderlich out. I would think that being that they have not utilized Joey Pierre a lot tonight, being up 20, start of the fourth quarter, you would think that Mike Abel would start to eat some clock. Nope, going back to the screen, throwing it out there. Once again, Cabrick's doing a nice job. He was held, no flag. And number 19, Stoltz, goes out to the far side, cuts it upfield, and gains about 13. Looks like they are going to actually throw a flag on that hold of Cabrick, which, you know, it's not bad. Cabrick's been held 5 times tonight. They've thrown 1 flag. So their percentages are getting better. The spot foul was down around the 48, 49-yard line. They're going to move the ball all the way back to the 46.5-yard line of Mater Dei.
First and 20, Mater Dei at the 42-yard line.
Good thing about the penalty, it puts the clock at 11:11 and in a still position. Wunderlich's back. He's setting up a screen. There it is. There is nobody there. Number 26 gets the ball, rattles all the way down, picks up about 17. So when Turner received the ball, the Jasper defense all bit extremely hard. Whenever you're coming off the defensive line, if your offensive line from the opponents lets you go, you got to know a screen's coming right up in the middle. That's what they did. It was a good call by Mater Dei. They were able to pick up about 3/4 of what they needed for the first down. It's going to put them in 2nd and 6. Snap, the fake to Pierre, the little wide receiver screen they've been doing all night. And what a job by Ross Peters. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong number there. I just seen Ross Peter come over this way.
Pass is complete to number 86, Ben Taylor, tackled by number 9, Jalen Van Slyke. For the Wildcats.
So Van Slyke's going to get the credit for that outstanding tackle to keep Mater Dei in a 3rd and 6. Wunderlich surveys. Here comes Jasper. They're trying to bring heat. They're trying to get to him. Gable does a good job of him getting the ball out. Throws a nice ball out here, but it looks like he was out of bounds. And he definitely was. So McDermott did a nice job of breaking the ball, doing a nice job of getting his arms underneath it to actually bring it in. The problem from him is his right foot was out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, Wunderlich even rolling and throwing the ball across his body has been putting some balls right on the money. Looks like Coach Gable's going to be satisfied punting the ball away here with 9:36 to go in the fourth quarter, and his team up 27-7. They snap the ball, trying to pin Jasper deep. Ball's end over end. We're going to field the ball deep at the 3 for whatever reason. And it looks like Bear's going to rush it back up to the 10-yard line. So Jasper Wildcats have 9:26 left to go in the fourth quarter. They were down 20 points. They must go 90 yards for a score.
Number 53, Ethan Gibbons. And number 12, Luke Leonard.
So here's a dilemma that Coach Lewis is faced with. You have a freshman quarterback. He's had decent pressure from the Mater Dei defense most of the night. You have very short time left. Do you try to continue to train him to get him more experience, or do you open it up? He can throw the ball quite a far way down the field, and that's what Jasper's going to need is some quick strikes. So he's going to hand the ball up. That will work. Perkins breaks it right up the middle, drops almost 20 yards, gets all the way up to the Jasper 34-yard line. They said his knee dropped down about the 32.5, so that's where the ball will be placed. But nonetheless, that is a first down that's going to stop the clock temporarily. Jasper's quickly coming out of the huddle,
33-yard line. First and 10.
lining up.
Jasper Wildcats at the 33.
You got Kabrick over here on the near side. They just brought everybody.
6 on the carry. Holdsworth.
Holdsworth did a nice job of getting the ball, but too many white shirts just shooting a hole. When you've got 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, you're up by 20. Your defense can start to take chances. And that's just what Mater Dei did there on first down, dropping the Jasper offense back another 3 yards. Drops back, looks, got a little bit of pressure, throws the ball. Right now it just looks like Butel is setting his foot and just releasing it. He's not even letting his receivers come out of their break. In his defense, though, he's had a lot of pressure tonight. And although you can see the talent in Max Butel, you see what's coming down the road. It makes you excited as a Jasper fan. It's definitely not a senior that's sitting back there. Grant Young, once again this week, being on the sidelines. There he goes. There's a set. There's another ball, but he throws it right into 2 defenders. An ill-advised throw. And right into the arms of Drew Martin. And he's over there on the side, just intercepts the ball, runs it over. Now at the 8:13 mark, Mater Dei still up 20. They can just do nothing but eat clock if they so choose. Play clock still sitting at 25. Officials are setting the ball. Now I guess they don't like the ball. They're going to bring in another ball. I think at this point it's rather a moot point. I didn't see a flag come down, but they definitely are marking off another 10 yards. So when Martin went to the far side, they had somebody in the pile pulling down a black jersey. Referee saw it, threw the flag, moved him back another 10 yards. But still, nonetheless, just over 8 minutes to go in the game, you've got the ball in Jasper territory, first down. Everything is looking good for the maroon and gold out there. So it looks like Mater Dei is just going to try to eat some clock here. They went ahead and gave the ball to number 24, Wyatt Statman, a junior. And he doesn't do much other than get you down to the original first down and 10. My apologies, there is another flag on the field. Another hold against Mater Dei. The frustration from the Jasper fan base over here is Mater Dei on that wide receiver screen has been holding Charlie Kabrick all night long, and they have not been calling it. Now all of a sudden they're starting to throw the flag. And the Jasper faithful is saying to the officials out there, a little too late. Looks like Wunderlich's going to have his brother, number 87, come in. He's going to be set to the far side with Hurties. Looks like Jasper's going to just start bringing the heat. They got to start taking chances. Kabrick creeps up. Now he creeps back. Looks. Here comes the screen again. Jasper does another nice job of doing that. Now he's run out of bounds, and a flag comes down. Are we going to have another hold against Mater Dei, or possibly a late hit on Wunderlich out of bounds? I've seen about 3 or 4 different infractions on there, so the referees can really just pick and choose what they want. Now the hat goes up in the air. Usually when an official throws their hat in the air, an eligible receiver has stepped out of bounds and came back inbounds in their own regard. If they are pushed out of bounds or forced out of bounds, they can come back in. If they run out of bounds on their own, they cannot come back in. And if they come back into the field of play, you'll see the hat come off of one of the referees. So there's a lot of discussion between the Zebras over there. It's definitely going against Mater Dei because they're moving way back to the end zone in their end of the field. There he goes. Step one, step two, step one, step two. Moving it all the way back to the 20-yard line. Mater Dei is now going to be faced with a first down, and I'm going to guess about 1.5 miles. So now the referee comes out, blows his whistle again. Wunderlich walks over to the sideline, gets a play from Gable. Taking his own sweet time. Penalty. Play clock does not start yet. Game clock does not start yet. Mater Dei's got this game well in hand. Just Coach Gable is over there telling his senior quarterback, just no mistakes. Regardless of whether we have to punt the ball or not, all we need to do is take 7 minutes and 38 seconds off this clock. So it looks like they're finally getting things straightened out. Officials are going back into their proper position. Wunderlich is giving his teammates the play. Here they come walking up to the line. Play clock down to about 18. Mater Dei goes ahead and snaps it, gives it to Pierre up the middle. He makes a hard right cut. Jasper flows pretty nicely. Cole Trevino come up from his linebacker spot, put a nice little pop on him to drop. That moves the game clock down to about 7:20. Mater Dei does not have to snap this ball till they get about the 6:45 mark. Wunderlich is definitely taking his time. Once again, it is 2nd and 36. Mater Dei comes up to the line. Play clock down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. Wunderlich snaps the ball with 2 seconds left. Looks, fires across the middle. Complete. The man himself, Hurties. Give him about another 15 yards. They're going to move the ball all the way up to the 42-yard line. They're going to be looking right now about a 3rd and 19. They do another one like that, they'll be in 4th and short. Jasper not having any success getting pressure against the Mater Dei quarterback, Wunderlich. This time Wunderlich's got Stratman in the backfield. He drops, throws the ball. Nice play. What a play. Both receiver and Bear went up to get it. That's another 19, Ethan Stoltz. If they both come down with the ball, the offensive player is going to get it. It looked like he had it initially when he first came down, but the ball was not down. The player was not down, and they're going to give the completion to Mater Dei, which to the chagrin of the Jasper faithful over here, it is the correct call. And even though Mater Dei was sitting there in a first down and 1.5 miles, couple of dropbacks by Wunderlich, a couple of throws across the middle, and lo and behold, now it's first down and 10. Wunderlich just sitting there, letting the game clock go down. Now it's at 10. Sends Martin in motion, gives him the ball. He goes around the corner. Jasper does a nice job of coming through and making the stick. Number 9, Jalen Van Slyke, did a nice job of coming up, getting himself a handful of jersey and pulling him down to the turf. But there goes the game clock. We're down to almost 5 minutes to go in this game. They've got 25 seconds on the play clock. They've been snapping the ball at about the 3-4 second mark. So you're going to get the ball all the way down to about the 4:30 mark before this ball is snapped. 4:30, 4:40 mark. Wunderlich looks up at the play clock. Martin set to his right. Wunderlich runs it all the way down to the 2. They give it to Martin up the middle. Now Mater Dei is just chewing up yards on the ground and eating the clock. They're going to go ahead and take that stick and move it all the way down to where it looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. So at the 4-minute mark here, or 10 seconds too, Mater Dei well in control, moving the ball at will, having a 20-point lead at 27-7. Wunderlich takes the ball. He's got a man coming in motion. Gives it to Martin right up the middle. And he's going to have another first down. Move the chains. And there's about another 3 minutes that Mike Gable's going to be able to utilize to really just salt this game away. Although, if you ask me, it's been salted away midway through the 3rd quarter. But you never know what can happen. So Mater Dei comes out to the huddle. Wunderlich has all kinds of time on the play clock yet. It's all the way down to 7 seconds. Sitting, waiting, 3-second mark. Handles the ball, gives it to Stratman right up the middle. Jasper's defense is there. They stop him for no gain. Game clock down to about 3 minutes. The only thing Jasper can really do at this point is try to get their hand up there and get a strip. Try to get a score in some fashion right off the bat. But Mater Dei, with their seniors in their skilled positions, have been excellent at keeping their hands on the ball. Ball given to Stratman to the right side. They've actually used Stratman more than they've used Pierre tonight. But he's going to run off tackle. He's going to move it down. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of about 8. So we're looking about 3rd down and 2. Ball's placed down on the 12-yard line. Game is approaching the 2-minute mark. I would think that if they go ahead and get the first down, do not score, Mike Gable would just have his senior quarterback take a bunch of knees and run this game out. Sit there once again. There's Stratman. Stratman cuts it up. He tries to leap over the pile to no success. So now we're going to have 4th down in about a 1.5 yards. But once again, there's no sense of Tony Lewis using any of his timeouts. You're down 3 possessions. There's about 1:25 left in the game. The only thing you can do is just sit there in agony for the next 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Once again, that's Stratman to the far side. He's going to get to the corner, and he's going to get past the pylon. That's going to be a first down for Mater Dei. And all they have to do at this point is the big victory formation. Well, that's going to do it. Jasper's going to fall to 2 and 3. on the year. Mater Dei is going to go to 3-2. Jasper's got some mean games coming up. They've got to go on the road to Evansville North. They've got Castle coming up. They've got to play Central. Central's down a little bit this year, but still they have a lot of athletes. You got Vincennes coming up down the road. Vincennes, ladies and gentlemen, Vincennes has got a very good team this year. They're going to give Jasper all they want. So Wunderlich's going to go ahead and take the knee, and that's just going to go ahead and eat the rest of the clock. So your final score here at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium is going to be 27 for the Mater Dei Wildcats, 7 for the Jasper Wildcats. We're going to go ahead and take a break right here, waiting for the final stats of the evening. But once again, Jasper comes up short by 20 points, 27-7, here on WJTS. All right, everybody. It's been a tough night for the Black and Gold, dropping a 20-point decision to the Evansville Mater Dei Wildcats, 27-7. As you can think, when we're talking stats, you're going to go straight to the passing column for Wunderlich. Completed 34. He had 34 attempts, completed 25 of them. 215 yards that young man put underneath his belt tonight. The rushing attack started to get a little bit better in the second half. They ended up with 71 yards. Jasper only put up 62 yards in the air and had 140 on the ground. So Mater Dei really controlled this game from the kickoff to the final whistle. Until next week when we travel down to see the Evansville Central Bears, and hopefully Jasper can get back to 500 with an opportunity going down to Castle to move above 500 for the first time since the first game of this season. For Jeremy Marcos on the video, this is Bob Welp. Good night, everyone.